Welcome. Please subscribe, thumb up the video, share it to your social media. This is a fan theory for the show called From. It is on MGM Plus. It is a fan theory that contains spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. Just saw From season 3, episode 1. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. I'll give you a moment to click off if you have not seen it yet. But spoiler alert, one of the theories was confirmed. And that is that, unfortunately, Tien Lu was in the wheelbarrow. It is indeed Tien Lu. She will be in the wheelbarrow, which is horrible because Kenny is out there with Jim. They discovered 3 log cabins and human-sized figures with human likeness that I believe that a tribe was marking an area that is their territory. I knew it had to be between Tien and or Fatima, which, looking at the descriptions of the future episodes, I knew it couldn't be Fatima, and I knew it couldn't be Julie. So yeah, one of the theories was confirmed. I'm sad about that, but I'm happy about that because that means other theories that I have building upon that, I can kind of continue with that and post content like I was planning on doing without feeling let down and feeling sad. I knew they had to up the stakes and take out somebody who was essential to the town. And yeah, it was Tien Lu. So Kenny has officially lost both his parents to the creatures. And I think the creatures are smarter now and more cunning because when Boyd put the bile on those bullets in season 2 and then shot the creatures while they were outside the RV, I think that upgraded the creatures and made them smarter because they could have let out the animals in season 1 or 2, or even before season 1, and lured people out, but they never did that. They just kind of walked around aimlessly, going to windows and doors, trying to convince people to open the doors, open the windows. So for them to have a strategy, like this, it means to me that they had to have some level of like intelligence boost. I think it was from the rounds that Boyd shot into him with the bile on them that came from the smiley creature. And don't be surprised if the creatures do more cunning stuff like that in the future. So 4 months ago, I had a theory. Now it is Tien is in fact was in the wheelbarrow season 3. And it's horrible because I don't think anyone else in the town can cook or prepare meals. So that was a huge loss. And the town, they're dealing with bad soil, bad crops, no food. And with the animals being let out and the cow was slaughtered by one of the creatures, they more than likely are going to have meat for like a month, like Donna was saying. But they're going to run through that probably faster than a month, and then they're going to be in a really bad situation. So on my community tab, I had a poem, and that is people eat dogs and people eat cats. People eat cows and people eat bats. People eat octopus with all its nasty features. When food runs out in Fromville, it's starve, eat humans, or consume creatures. And to be honest with you, I know they found like a new area with some new structures and everything. And it's a possibility that perhaps new people will come into town and maybe they'll have food, or somehow more animals will be, wandering into the forest or into town, and they'll have that. It's not going to be any human eating or creature eating. They're just going to have some animals roll in. And I think the soil is going to be better, and they're going to have the food problem or food shortage fixed. So season 3, episode 1, Shatter. Boyd feels the town slipping away from him as the weather grows colder and the residents more desperate. Hopefully you've already seen episode 1. So When We Go is going to be episode 2. Boyd struggles to find a path forward as the town bids farewell to one of their own, that is Tien Shen Lu. Fatima's health takes a turn for the worse. Tabitha finds help from an unlikely ally. So Tabitha kind of assumed that the guy was Victor's dad, probably is Victor's dad. And they had him listed as a main character for this season, season 3. So I think somehow it's going to come out that Eloise is also there, which is Victor's sister, because we saw some of the promotion in the teaser for season 3, and then they also had drawings and different things. So those drawings more than likely came from Eloise. I think Victor's mom sacrificed herself for Eloise to get into the tree, and the boy in white may have pushed her out like he did with Tabitha. And that's the reason why, and that's kind of what the boy in white was doing, was leading Tabitha, I guess, to maybe going down that path as far as trying to find Victor's family, which I guess that's what he was trying to do, because the boy in white went into the cleaners and then just disappeared. I think he went into the back, but I guess that's where he gets his clothes to be white from, is from the cleaners. Who knows? But he went into the cleaners. He told Tabitha to follow him, went into the cleaners, and for some reason he disappeared. It was weird. And then Tabitha looked at the lunch pail given by Victor, and that's what gave her the address to go to Victor's folks' house. So I think that's going to be a lot of the things that Tabitha's going to be dealing with until let's say later on, where they don't really mention. So yeah, Tabitha, I think The Light of Day, episode 5, as Tabitha tries to adjust, it just has the ... out here. I think Tabitha tries to adjust to a life on the outside world. I think eventually she comes back in Revelations, probably 1 or 2, but just kind of going through these here. So that's When We Go. Tabitha finds an unlikely ally, which is Victor's father and probably Eloise, and they kind of exchange information. The mousetrap, Kenny leads a group into the forest in search of food. So I think at that point, Kenny finds out his mom is no longer with us. Donna and Ellis tried to talk Boyd out of a dangerous plan. So Boyd's plan has to be in regards to getting food, and it might be that more people go into the forest, and that's Kenny who's leading the group into the forest in search of food. I think the dangerous plan might be actually trying to turn the tables on the creatures, which is the term mousetrap. So if in Mousetrap they capture the creatures and unalive them, and there's a point in time where they may eat the creatures, that'll be another theory confirmed. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's possible. But I think Boyd is going to want to trap the monster, trap the creatures, and turn the tables and try to eliminate them so that they can go out at night or something like that. Tabitha makes a mind-bending discovery. So if she makes the mind-bending discovery in episode 3, then that means episode 2, she probably meets Eloise, and then the mind-bending discovery might be how to get back into Fromville. Fatima questions the welfare of her unborn baby. So Fatima hasn't given birth yet then. They're back, and again, Boyd is forced to make a tough decision when newcomers arrive in town at nightfall. Victor unearths memories from the past in hopes of finding answers, which Victor pretty much has all the answers. He just doesn't want to remember them because of trauma, which is kind of understandable. But he's going to be the guy to have all the information to give to everybody that's going to help them push the plot forward. And the newcomers arriving at nightfall probably are going to be the ones to kind of maybe help, maybe bring some food with them, maybe medicine or something. And the tough decision that Boyd might have to make is going out again, like they did last time in episode 1, where they pretty much risked someone's life with that. But he's probably going to have a decision to bring in the newcomers, even though there's a chance that the creatures could come into the houses and start going after people. The light of day, Victor must face a painful reminder of his past. The painful reminder might be Eloise. Julie looks for ways to cope with her trauma, probably the trauma from being possessed by the cicadas. Boyd struggles to keep the town safe as the residents begin to question his judgment. And then in Tabitha, Justin, scar tissue, Fatima and Ellis make a big decision about her pregnancy. And the big decision might be probably how they're going to do it. Boyd fears for the future of his family. So it's probably, Fatima's baby. Tensions rise in the Matthews house. I think those tensions are the fact that Jim came back empty-handed, and you got to deal with it. Julie, the teenager. Randall opens up to Marielle about his fears. So Randall and Marielle may end up hooking up. These Fragile Lives, this episode 7. The edges begin to fray as concerns about Fatima's pregnancy deepen. Jade follows a clue trail into the forest. Julie and Randall seek a bit of normalcy. So I guess Julie may start dating Randall. Who knows? I mean, Julie probably is going to be 18 around that time. Who knows? So Jade's going to go back into the forest. Thresholds, accusations start flying, and truths come to light in the aftermath of a tragedy. So it's going to be another tragedy besides Tian Lu, which is Kenny's mom. So another tragedy is going to happen. Victor struggles to recover long-buried memories about the town's past. Julie and Ethan search for answers about the mysterious, the structures that were found in episode 1. So the tragedy does not involve Julie or Ethan or Victor. I doubt it's going to be Jade. I think because we're not hearing anything about Jim, I wouldn't be surprised if something happens to Jim. Because for Julie and Ethan to go search for answers means they more than likely no longer have any parents there. Jim is probably gone, and that's my future prediction, is that Jim was going to be gone by episode 8, and that's the reason why Julie and Ethan are searching for answers, as opposed to Julie and Jim, or Julie, Jim, and Ethan. And then Revelations chapter 1 might be just more stuff about Christopher, more stuff about the ghoulish children, more stuff about the boy in white. I think by the end of season 3, I don't think they're going to wrap up stuff that was kind of left hanging in 1 and 2, but I think it's going to open the door to perhaps springboard into season 4. And we may learn more about maybe how the creatures were created, the purpose of Fromville. I have a theory about that. I might go over that in this stream, and maybe even how to leave, how to come back, what happened to the previous townspeople, what's the stuff in the cave, just a bunch of stuff that'll kind of answer a lot of questions. Because according to the guy who plays Boyd, I forgot his name, that the writers are going to have a lot of things answered, and it's not going to be like lost. So I think Revelations chapter 1 and chapter 2 are going to go over that. So that's kind of interesting that they have a chapter 1, chapter 2, which it's not dealing with the Bible, because the biblical book is called Revelation, not Revelations. So it should be a bunch of things revealed. And I think by the end of the season, stuff that was set up in the beginning, such as possibly being another town, maybe stuff dealing with Martin, all that stuff should be wrapped up by the end of season 3. So I kind of have my fingers crossed on that. So yeah, what did you think about episode 1? Thank you for watching to the end, and thank you for the support. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, share everywhere. Thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out.
The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.